What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. This time it is viewer submitted. In the future, I will only be referring to people by their in-game names just to avoid any possible confusion or mix-ups. So this time it is NoJame. He has sent me in a previous T34 video as well, which I also covered. And he is not platooned with anyone this time. He is running his T34 on Live Oats Standard Battle. So this is currently the only at least to the best of my knowledge, the only American map in the game. And I'm not really sure if that's 100% accurate, but because I know there were a couple new maps brought in with 7.6 or 7.5, the most recent update. Yeah. So right here, right off the bat, he's driving right on the center road. Not typically something I would do because I try to be a little less out in the open, but right here, he's kind of got some shots, or he's looking to see if he has any shots on enemies. That's always one of those tricky things. You have to aim around. Now, it seems his team did send a good deal number of tanks to the south along the railroad tracks, especially the mediums. That is typically where the mediums end up going, especially on this map. Yog Panther, getting pegged by artillery. He's going to the town, where a T34 can do a good deal of damage, but usually town is best served by tanks that have significant amounts of armor, armor that will be able to do well in close quarters fighting, or in some cases tanks that have larger guns that can pop out, take a single shot, and then back up, such as the T30 or E100. Those large guns do very well shot for shot. He does finish off a T50 right there. You know, you take what you can get. And apparently he has gotten 6 cents on his T34, playing it a lot like a tank destroyer, which, don't get me wrong, it can function like a tank destroyer, especially with the turret armor being how it is. However, being a heavy tank, you won't get the same camo bonus you will get as a tank destroyer, so that is working in your disadvantage. But you know, to each player his own style. I'm not going to criticize too much. It's certainly not the approach I take when I play my T34, but like I said, it is a approach. It's not. There's more than one approach. Anyway, I digress. Right here, he will finish off this T43. So getting 2 kills for himself, not too bad. His team doing fairly well, especially in the south. Although the railroad seems to have gotten hold up a bit, and there his team just lost a Type 59 in the south. The enemy T34, his equivalent on the enemy team, not doing too well for himself on health. NoJame here, he's kind of sitting out in the open. I am going to be completely honest, I'm surprised artillery has not taken shots at him, but they are probably otherwise preoccupied with his team to the south. They feel pressured by those tanks along the railroad tracks. Artillery does not feel safe, so they're going to prioritize his team that's in the south. AMX 12-ton trying to blitz forward a bit, bouncing a shot from it, so, you know, angling his armor a bit, allowing himself to bounce that shot. I'm fairly certain the 12-ton has enough penetration to get through his armor. If not, that's news to me. But right here, he's playing defensive, which is good, especially since his team is now currently in the hole, not doing too hot for itself. Still, losses for each team, somewhat even at this point, nothing too significant. It's still anyone's game at this point. The enemy T34 not doing too well for himself on health, and right here NoJame will try to take a shot at him. I think, oh, no, he will not take that shot. The AMX 12-ton taking another shot at him, only hitting his turret, and then proceeding to get blown up. Now, right here, he is pretty much completely exposed to enemy artillery. That is one thing you always have to be mindful of, but at the same time, if you're always concerned about arty, you may miss opportunities to take shots where you otherwise would have them. So I'm just saying, it hasn't worked against his favor yet. Definitely this enemy T34 in a position to be killed, taking a shot on the move like that, just missing the tank, not even bouncing a shell, but missing completely. And the enemy T34 kind of getting a little aggressive here, despite the fact that NoJame is at full health and the enemy T34 is at a significant, basically he's a one-shot, and NoJame does what I often do, saying, hey, I'll take the hit to finish this guy off. Definitely a fair trade, definitely a wise decision in my case. There we go, artillery taking their first shots at NoJame, but now he is covered from artillery. Kind of gonna take a movement a bit out into the open here to get shots on the Super Pershing, which doesn't feel the need to pull back after taking that shot. He gets a good hit on it, but apparently for no damage. I'm guessing it only damaged a track or knocked a track off, something to that effect. The south push still doing well for itself at this moment. It seems like they have broken through the southern flank of the enemy team by riding those railroad tracks, and the enemy artillery should now be very concerned. The town push going very well for itself. That, excuse me, that KV-5 pretty much guaranteed that he is going to die at this point. And Nojame's team doing very, very well for itself. They still have 3 tier 8 tanks, while the enemy team, oh, I am wrong, the enemy team still has 3 tier 8 tanks. The difference is his team still has 2 more tanks than them, both capable of dishing out damage to those tier 8 tanks. So the enemy team certainly in a position to be taken out at this point. Enemy artillery should be concerned, especially considering Nojame's fellow T34 in the south just eliminated an enemy T34. So now there is virtually nothing stopping the forces in the south from rolling up on artillery and taking out artillery, except artillery itself. Now, artillery is capable of self-defense, but that is never a desirable position, especially for an artillery player. If you ever play artillery, you know you don't like to go TV mode. It is certainly less than favorable. And right here, all that's left is the super Pershing. Perhaps he should have been playing a little more aggressive. Perhaps he should have gone to the south, and things would have turned out differently. But as it stands, he sat back. I'm going to say the super Pershing. Considering it is a premium tank, he is probably fairly new to the game. Judging by his playstyle and the fact that it's the end of the match, his team has lost by a significant margin and he still has full health, just being a very little overall use to his team. Now, Nojame right here going to take a shot. He waited, in my opinion, he waited a little too much for the accuracy on that one. He should have fired a little sooner and really just gotten his reload done a lot quicker. But right here, oh, the IS getting taken out by the M7 Priest. But super Pershing dead at this point. Now the enemy team only has that M7 Priest left, and it is all but over at this point. So I'm going to say pretty good, decent play by Nojame. I would say be a little more mindful of artillery. And like I said, I personally don't play the T34 as a tank destroyer type, but I do. But like I said, every tank has a way it can be played, and tank destroyer is one way that the T34 can be played. It does not get the camo bonus, so personally I just prefer to play it as a heavy tank, but to each their own. He's done rather well for himself this round, and he asked right there, you probably saw him ask for his team to let him get Top Gun, and I've been guilty of that in the past. You know, you reach that 5-kill mark and your team is guaranteed to win, and you're like, can someone please let me get the last kill, get that nice Top Gun medal? But the T34 on his team, being a bit of a poor team player there, a poor sport, not letting Nojame get that Top Gun medal. So certainly, personally, I would have let him have it. You know, he played decently well. He got 5 kills for his team, and I would have been like, sure, here's Top Gun. One less kill for me isn't going to really hurt my score much. I'm willing to, you know, be a nice guy. But that other T34 on his team not having any of it, he had 5 kills, apparently. I believe, what is his name over there? No, yeah, the other T34 did have 5 kills, so he didn't have a chance at Top Gun, considering that last kill was his 5th. So I don't know why he felt the need to steal it. I shouldn't say steal it, but, you know, deprive Nojame of a Top Gun. Anyway, I guess a little post-game play commentary. The South push did really well. They did their job and then some. Nojame doing a good job of taking out forces in the town and preventing those scouts from getting by him to kill his arty. So that is one thing he gets credit for. And this match certainly well played by his team. Like I said, the one complaint I did have was he exposed himself a little too much to arty, and while it did not work against him, considering where artillery's focus was, and rightfully so, the enemy artillery should have been focused on the south. It could have turned out very badly for him if enemy artillery decided to ignore the south and make him a priority target. So I guess that just about sums up this replay. If you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And as always, if you have a replay just like Nojame here did, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. That email will be in the underbar description link thing whatever you call it. And I guess as always, this is Spang signing off.